What's up, YouTube? Angry Jackalope here. Boop, boop, motherfuckers. I'm back. Alright, I got a story for you guys. God, I could have swore I told this story. I could have swore I did. Maybe I'll play it safe. Yeah. Yeah, I'll play it safe. Okay, so I'm going to talk to you guys about a concept called a Pyrrhic victory. I have a good friend of mine, Rod Sias, introduced this to me quite a few years ago. We were sitting there talking about something, and he said, "Yeah, that sounds like that would just be a Pyrrhic victory." To which my reply was, "What the fuck does that mean? Pyrrhic victory? It's like, is it a pure essence of a victory? Because the situation I'm facing right now doesn't feel like a pure win. It feels like fuck." And he said, "No, Pyrrhic victory is a reference to King Pyrrhic, who was in a battle. He wasted a shit ton of troops during a siege, blah, 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 blah. And eventually he won, but the cost was epic." And that has now become part of my tool set in describing certain situations. Okay? So I try to explain this to my kids. You know, sometimes you lose when you win, right? And the opposite is sometimes you win when you lose. So, a couple of points to illustrate that fact. So, recently, a good friend of mine, we were arguing about guns. And it was really obvious to me from the outset that there was going to be no persuading this individual to my way of thinking. We were just polar opposites in the way we address the topics of guns. Because I told him at some point I wanted to create weapons and guns and body armor and shit like that. And he was like, eh. So I could have sat there and argued and argued and argued and argued with him and could have gotten all of my points across, but in arguing, it would have just widened the gap. Instead of just outright saying, you know what, we'll just agree to disagree. This is something that we're never going to come eye to eye with. Let's move on. If I would have fought that battle, no, motherfucker, listen to me. Listen, statistics, blah, blah. You are responsible for, whatever. Yeah, I could have won, but the cost of losing a friend or losing the ability to have conversations with that friend would have been a Pyrrhic victory, right? Another example of, or a different example of the exact opposite of, I don't know if there's a literary example of a win when you lose, but sometimes you could take a calculated risk in a calculated loss to further your position when dealing with people. I'm reminded of when I first met my friend Colin. He really, we first met, was an asshole and did all kinds of fucked up things to me in the workplace just to make me uncomfortable, and we became pretty good friends. But a way to lose to win. So instead of arguing with him about who should do what, I a lot of times would just say, you know what, dude, you know it, and you're fucking smarter than me. Go for it. You could do it. Right? Now, a win for me was basically creating harmony in the workforce, in the workplace with him, and not the day-to-day battle that we were having, the butting heads constantly. So by me going submissive and giving him the dominant positioning there, his perception might have been that I lost. Oh, I give up. But in reality, I won because we ended up getting along splendidly after that. So, just some quick little discussionary pieces on Pyrrhic victories and also winning while losing. It's food for thought. I'm sure you guys have other examples to illustrate this better, but I just wanted to introduce you guys to King Pyrrhic and a Pyrrhic victory because it is something that I like to share with my kids and explain as we're going. And it might be something that might be useful for you to share with people that you know. All right, so that's it for this episode. If you like it, please subscribe. Tell all your friends. Until next time, please be good to each other. What's up, YouTube? Angry Jackal up here, Rob Ricks. Why can't I be an employee? You know, I'm sure, I am almost positive in the world somewhere there is a company that would cherish me, embrace me, pat me on the back as a unique individual that I am, and would probably be a hoot and holler to work for. But I can't say that I've found a company that embraces all my talents effectively. I love working at companies and they say, we have an open door policy for ideas. Come in and share. Oh, I test that motherfucker out usually day 1 or 2. Being a new hire. Yeah, I've looked at their business plan. I've looked at the marketing plan. I've looked at the company's mission statement. I've looked at our objectives. And here's what I propose as useful things to help the company. And I usually get the same thing. Really? Look, motherfucker. You are a pixel pusher. Go make pretty pictures. That's what we hired you for. We, the big boys, can handle the rest of this shit. Okay, alright, how about this? Fuck you, you know? Fuck you. I don't get along very well with upper management. I've done alright in my startups as upper management because I treat everybody that I work with the way that I'd rather be treated, that I'd want to be treated, and I don't ever ask anything of anybody that I wouldn't do myself, if capable or able. So I just cannot bring myself to be a fucking employee, and it's probably one of the reasons I never went into the military either, because I don't follow orders very well. I don't respond well to people. You do this, motherfucker, and you do this. Not on mine. You know, if I'm working with somebody and they say, hey, Rob, I need you to do this, this, as long as they explain the why. Okay, so why am I doing this particularly? Oh, you're doing this because this is your strength, this is what you're good at, you're super fast at it, and we need your expertise on this particular piece. Sounds legit. No problem. Get it done right now. I have a real problem with, okay, you go over here and watch this door. Why? Because I said. Oh, because you said. Well, okay. Because you said. Outstanding. Okay, you're not going to explain why that door is important. What is the reason for it? You know, I understand if we're pressed for time. If you can say, I can't explain it right this second, I just need you to watch the door. When we're done with this or whatever else, I'll explain and answer all your questions. Okay, fine. That's great. The other problem I have with companies and being a fucking employee is typically companies I go into are just a relentless, endless circle jerk of fucking meetings and certain character types that just drive me crazy. Okay? And it's usually a fucking complete waste of time. And I'll explain what I mean. So, when I used to work at a company, I would spend fucking 2 hours driving to the work. I'd go in, I'd be one of the first people in. I'd sit there and read all the fucking emails and see all the scheduled meetings and see all the different priorities that were piled on from the night before. Then I'd sit there and figure out my task list. How am I going to efficiently take these things out and take care of them? And then I would wait and people would start to wander in. People would be like, oh God, it's fucking It's fucking Monday. I hate the Mondays. Mm, mm. Oh, I'm not even alive until I have my second cup of coffee. And then they start with the typical bullshit. So, what'd you do this weekend? Hey, did you have a barbecue? Blah, 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 blah. Did you hear the news? Whatever. Rest of the people show up. Usually there was some kind of a morning all hands meeting. We go in there and it's more blah, 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 blah. Action item, blah, 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 blah. Okay. Then here's the problem I have with meetings. So, Bill, how's the website coming? Well, the website's coming along pretty good. We have a meeting tomorrow to discuss the layout and the look and feel and put an action plan together for that. And that should take approximately 1 week. And then after we get that all planned out and everything, we'll have another meeting, come together, talk about this, that, and everything else. And then we're going to get with the designers and get their timelines and blah, blah, blah. So I'm sitting there listening. I'm thinking to myself, if I did this shit on my own, I would have all that stuff done in 3 or 4 days. But this jackass right here, pulling all these motherfuckers in on this shit, getting all this committee approval bullshit and everything else is going to take 3 to 4 fucking weeks. Just to figure out what we're going to do. Right? And I'm like, okay. And then we get our actual to-do list. And I bang them out. Boom, 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 boom. And I have coworker A and B. Hey, Rob. Hey, man, you here? Dog, I'm working. I'll talk to you around lunch or something. We have lunch. We can talk at lunch. I'm busy. Oh, somebody's got the Mondays. I'm fucking working. Get my shit done. I'm like, okay. I go around. I'm like, okay, I'm done. I need some more shit to do. Right? So I'm looking around. Fuck. Okay, I guess I'll do some research. Whatever. Then everybody is like, okay, lunchtime, great. We're going to lunch, we eat, hang out, whatever, come back, fucking, oh, emergency meeting, this just happened, whatever. I'm like, another fucking meeting? Are you kidding me? So then we go to another fucking meeting. And you know what? If you're going to have a fucking meeting, have your agenda, have your shit set, and keep it under a fucking hour. When we get to these 2-hour fucking meetings, I'm just like, fucking boom, kill me. And then, the rest of the day progresses. And then right around quitting time, everybody's looking like this. What time is it? Motherfucker's legs are ready to go. What time is it? Oh, yeah. 4 o'clock. Whoa. Boom. Fucking crickets. And I'm sitting there and I'm getting done. I'm looking around. Everybody's fucking gone. All right, fuck it. Shut my shit down. 2 more hours to drive home. Yay. That was a typical fucking day. Holy shit. And that was kind of the same pattern through all the companies that I worked for. All fucking incompetent fucking buffoons. I worked for some woo-woo-woos too, boy. I'll share some of that shit with you guys later. But anyway, that's why I can't work a regular job. And so when I got these tattoos on my hand, that just solidified it. You know what I mean? Because before this, I could cover these up with long sleeves and everything else. But this is my defiance to fuck your 9 to 5. I'm not doing it anymore. Ever. Doing my own shit. Yeah. Gangsta. Drop the mic. Blah. Out, motherfucker. Anyway. Alright, guys. That's it for this fucking episode. If you like it, please subscribe. Tell all your friends about the Angry Jackalope. Alright, man. Till next time, be good to each other.